Friends with Brews.
Friend
I am Scott Wilsey, friend of
Peter Nicolaitis, and this is the Friends with Brews podcast. Coming to you live, I think not live, we're live at the time of recording this. I think for the first time in a brew pub that we've recorded together.
This is not Weekend at Bernie's. We are live at the time of recording.
So we are at Medford Brewing, and knowing that Scott is from Oregon and I'm from Massachusetts, we could be in either Medford, Oregon or Medford, Massachusetts.
I don't want to go to Medford, Oregon.
Odds are that it's Medford, Massachusetts, because that's where I'm from.
Much nicer than Medford, Oregon. Sorry.
Medford Brewing Company, Medford, Massachusetts. Yeah. And we are here with a flight of 12 beers. However, they're not 12 distinct beers. They're not even, you can't even fit them all. That's pretty impressive. That is a big flight.
Yeah.
So I have a West Coast IPA, 2 shots of a Belgian white, 2 shots of a Mexican lager, and 1 dry Irish stout. And you?
I've got one of the Poet white that you had. I've got one of the Irish stout. I've got a bitter that I can't remember.
Yep.
What was it?
An English bitter. I don't have
English bitter. I've got 2 of the Mexican ales. Mexican ale?
Mexican lagers.
Mexican lager, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
And I've got the porter.
And the Rude Panda porter, which is 8% some odd alcohol.
Oh my God, I can smell every bit of it.
That was a strong one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the West Coast IPA. Is not nearly as offensive as I was expecting it to be.
That's the bitter?
No, the IPA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised.
Fire.
It's a little darker than most IPAs I've usually seen.
It's very much darker.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty good. It looks a lot like your bitter, actually. I wonder.
Pretty close. No, it's not the same. See the difference?
No, it's not the same, but yours smells better. Mine smells more like an IPA.
We're talking about the beer, people.
Prost.
Prost. Alain Prost?
Compite.
4-time world champion, Alain Prost? Was he 4 or 5? 4.
So I believe these are 5-ounce pours, or are they 4-ounce pours? They might be 4. I don't know.
I don't know, but
either way, we're going to be either drinking 24 or 30 ounces.
Somebody
ounces of beer. There was a large crash out there. I don't know if our noise isolation will pick that up or not.
Somebody fell down and hurt themselves, yeah.
Possibly. So, we're going to talk mostly about the beers, I think, but we might talk about other things on this episode.
I love the way that, we're not sitting bolt upright. We're sitting comfortably.
Yes.
We're not slouching, but we're not bolt upright.
Right.
And we're hidden behind.
We're hiding behind. Well, we can sit up straight, bolt upright if we have to. Then you can actually see us. But who's the real star of this show? The Friends or the Brews?
Yeah.
The Brews. Are we going to go sips through, or are we just going to plow through these one at a time?
That's up to you.
Very good. I'm going to continue to. I think I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm going to just finish this off. This one's not offensive. This is pretty good.
This bitter is not too bad.
No, I changed my mind. I'm going to sample.
This bitter is not too bad. Having said that, I don't think I would.
Get it again?
Huh?
Get it again?
Right. I wouldn't seek it out on purpose.
If you're desperate?
If I was desperate, I might.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give this West Coast IPA a thumbs up.
I'm going to give this bitter a 45-degree thumb.
45 degree. Okay, that's good though. That's
it's not bad beer.
Okay.
It's just not something I would.
I'm moving on to the Poet. Yeah, I know. That's why I was grabbing this one. I'm moving on to the Poet, the Belgian white. Much better. This is a nice Belgian white. Very smooth, very Belgian-y, very white. Lots of yeast.
That's the Poet?
Poet, yes. Very yeasty. So, yes. Very weedy and yeasty. I like this. Really curious how the noise isolation is with crosstalk and other noise in the background.
We'll still be louder.
We will. Very well.
So, one thing I will say, people, is that today we have done a 5.x mile trail running. How many miles was it?
It's about 5.5, a little over 5.5.
Just over 5, 5.5 mile trail run.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ate very little otherwise. And then we stuffed ourselves with some dones, some rice bowls with different toppings. I had the gyudon done, which is the beef done. And what did you have again?
I had the mix of tuna yellowtail, which is also tuna, and salmon don. So it was like hamachi don, sake don, and maguro don. Maguro saba. No, not saba. Sake.
Sake.
Maguro sake.
Was it Maguro or was it Toro?
It was not Toro.
Oh, okay.
Not the fatty.
It was
tuna.
Maguro.
Yeah, maguro, hamachi, sake.
Okay.
On a big bowl of sushi rice. That was at least 2 cups of sushi rice too. That was a generous portion of rice, which is great because I love rice. So, but that's not where we are now. We're here with beer.
Yeah, we're at. Tell them where we are.
I did. Medford Brewing Company. I opened up with that. You forgotten that already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did they.
You're drunk. They did too. Hell, I'll forget next.
Okay.
I want to take a taste of the Mexican lager.
Peter and I, when we were in Vermont, we had a flight at some place or other. That was with Kim. Was her name Kim?
Yes.
We had the burgers.
Oh, that was Harpoon Brewery. Yes.
Yeah, at Harpoon Brewery, we had a flight, and it was way too much for me. And as I'm looking at this, I'm already knowing it's way too much for me.
The Mexican lager. Crisp, light, refreshing.
That's what I'm thinking. That'll be my favorite. I don't know if I can drink that thing that you forced me to get.
I did not force you.
Why did I agree to a porter? I don't like porters that well. I like stouts.
That's an imperial porter too.
I'm not going to like it. I'm probably not going to finish it.
Ah.
I wish the video would insert all your notifications right into the video.
Well, we could do a screen recording too. I think I'm going to sleep well and early today.
I think I'm going to sleep in about 5 minutes today. I think this more than negates the run that we did. I mean, look at this.
Oh, absolutely. No, we're definitely we're maintaining this whole week of overeating and over drinking.
Yeah, I have to become a monk when I get back to Oregon.
I am going to move on and taste the stout. This reminds me of like every time when I go out with my friend and we order pizza, we always get the largest pizza. And I always say, really, we should get the small pizza. But we don't. We never learn. We get way too much and we eat way too much.
We got down. I think we each have one more than we had on that flight at, what was it called? Handcrafted Harpoon?
Yeah, we each had, I think we had 5 then. This is 6 here.
By the way, people will notice I say things like Oregon and Portland. I hope they understand I'm doing that ironically.
So this is a dry stout, but it's not that dry. It's not like super hoppy.
There is some liquid in there.
It's a Guinness. Yeah, it's a wet stout.
Yeah.
It's like a Guinness, but stronger. This is probably closer to like the one you had at Harpoon.
Peter hates Guinness. He makes fun of Guinness.
It tastes watery. It's weak. That's all. For something that looks that dark, it looks like it should be stronger. That's all. Guinness must make like imperial variations and stuff like that, stronger versions. They make the blonde version, which is apparently brewed in Maryland, which is funny.
Well, we need to talk about stuff.
About what?
We need to talk about things or we're boring the viewer.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking about Guinness.
What do you hate so much about Guinness besides the fact that it's water?
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had the drink known as the Irish car bomb?
No.
If I recall correctly, wow. If
you recall correctly.
If I recall correctly, it's a pint of Guinness and you drop a shot of Bailey's into it. And I guess you have to drink it fast, otherwise it explodes all over the place, and that's the name of it, which I think that's a really problematic name if you ask me. I think there's some
Poet, what is this, some kind of Belgian white?
Belgian white.
This is a good beer.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very easy to drink.
Yep.
I feel like I could have 2 of these and not fall down and hurt myself.
Yeah, okay, now I'm not as partial to the IPA. Now
After-
it's tasting more IPA.
After drinking the Poet and the Mexican?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now it tastes more like an IPA again. I'm like, not as much of a fan.
That's where I'm at with the bitter. I like it, but this is more me.
Yeah.
Now, the bitter is close to some sours that I've had,
Interesting.
which I do like sours, but I wouldn't drink them all the
And
time.
they have sours here too. They have a sour cherry sour.
They did, yes. I purposely didn't choose it because I kind of burnt myself out on sours a while back. By the way, does everybody see my shirt? John, do you see my shirt?
Yeah,
John's watching.
tag Syracuse in this episode.
It's like, the bitter is nothing like sour. I don't care. Bitter when you have the sour.
Indeed. Oh, wow, this is good. I don't, you know what? I might not be able to finish. This is, woo, yee.
I
Wow.
thought that your eyes were bigger than your bladder.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking this one through. But I thought, like, hey, 12, it's got to be cheaper. I'll get a bargain.
The good news is neither one of us has to drive back.
I live 1.5 miles from here, and we drove. Someone has to drive.
I was trying to cover for you.
Oh, thanks. I might have to be here for a couple of hours to let this all go. I'm starting to slouch underneath the video again. Hi, video. If I let my head down here, I'm hiding behind the
The good
Brews.
news is we're in Bass, so no one's going to be able to tell the difference in your driving anyway.
You can't tell if I'm falling asleep behind here. I'm just nodding off behind the beer.
Yeah. He's just being wise and closing his eyes sagely. I often sit and close my eyes when I'm having conversations with people because I'm thinking about things. And usually when I open my eyes, everybody's gone.
I hear our president does that too.
Usually when I open my eyes, everybody's gone.
That's the sign for the Rude Panda. Apparently, that's a rude gesture that he's giving you. So
You see, but he doesn't have his thumb out, so it's not this gesture because
no,
doesn't
it's
have
not.
his thumb out.
It's just two.
Yeah.
It's a peace sign, but apparently somewhere backwards that means something else. So he's being rude.
Yeah.
I think I've pretty much given a micro review of each of the beers already. Have you? You haven't touched all yours though. You're going sequentially.
Gone one by one at the
You're going in
moment.
cereal, whereas I did some.
All right, actually, what I'm gonna do, I still have this much of the Belgian wit, or the Poet. I'm gonna try some of this porter because I feel like I'm not gonna like this and I'm not gonna drink it. Remind me what this is called?
Rude Panda.
This is the Rude Panda?
Rude
Yes,
Panda
you're right.
Imperial Porter. 8% alcohol.
It's not the worst porter I've ever had, but it is everything that a porter makes me not like.
Is it the worst porter that you've had today?
It is. This is the worst porter I've had today.
That's a ringing endorsement.
I don't like it.
Yep.
I'm not
Okay.
drinking it.
The official rating on the porter, thumbs down.
But that's mainly because it's a porter. I don't think it's a bad porter. I just think it's a porter.
It's good. There's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that it's a porter and everything else about it.
Porter reminds me of those things that people like when they taste like leather couch or whatever.
Notes of pencil lead, saddle leather, pomegranate seeds.
I've never understood the need to eat one's furniture unless you were a dog, in which case go for it until your owners come home and beat you. Go pugilistic on the
Approximate residence canine. Oh man, those
By
are
the
the
way,
days.
here's John. What's his name? Nemo.
Nemo, John
By the way-
Nemo. Shout out. Is he on like Mastodon or Blue Sky or?
No idea. I haven't talked to him in decades.
Maybe we should look for him.
Anyway, cheers to you and
To John Nemo and John Syracuse, if you're watching this episode. We're sure you're not.
I used to make totally tongue-in-cheek jokes about people who would beat the neighbor's dog, and he took exception to that. So Peter coined the phrase "go pugilistic on the proximate residence canine."
Correct.
That was good. That made me laugh, even way back in 1981
That was-
or whenever that was.
No, that was Pocket Size Podcast.
Yeah,
That was
probably 2008, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
I think that was after the Fresh Ubuntu time. And that wrapped up in like 2008.
2000 who?
8 or 9.
Yeah, so this is probably 2008 or 9 time. 2009.
Around the time when I moved down here. So that was 2012 when I moved down here. So it was in that era. Well, it was before that because the iPhone 4 came out when I
We'd
moved
wrapped
down here.
up. Pocket Size Podcast was dead well before 2012 because I remember changing groups and going to the Ron Acre campus in 2013. And Pocket Size Podcast had been dead for quite a while before then.
Okay. Well, but we were recording it when the iPhone 4S came out.
And when was that?
The other kids are like,
I thought that was around 2012.
like, you know, toys. You guys are like,
Let's consult the Oracle.
Let's consult the Oracle of Death.
Someone just mentioned me on Blue Sky.
Oh, really? Blue
But all I see is just
2011 iPhone 4S.
I was close.
Yeah.
All I see is a bunch of like at name at Blue Sky. I have no idea.
I think we probably wrapped up Pocket Size Podcast not long after the iPhone 4S came out. So it was probably either really late 2011 or early 2012.
Well, because I remember when Siri was introduced, Siri was a co-host of Pocket Size Podcast.
That's true. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I was already into 2013 before we might have had Pocket Size Podcast into 2013. Now that I think about it, yeah, we did.
But
You're right.
You paused it and then you discontinued it, but then you brought it back again after that too.
Yeah, too much mockery and dismay.
But how is that any different? It was always that way.
It was always that way.
Oh man, do we have any other topics, or should we save our listener? Well, you're still reviewing. You haven't tasted your stout or your Mexican lager yet.
Okay, let's do this game. And these are not a commitment. These are not a statement of things that you are doing or would do or necessarily are invested in or involved in. Think of some businesses that, if you had all the time in the world right now, think of some business ideas. Let's not stick to computing. What are some business ideas that you would pursue right now, given infinite time and not necessarily infinite financial resources, but close to your current financial resources, but infinite time?
Any specific goal in mind?
No.
Like,
Okay, you know your area of specialty when it comes to computing. What would you do different? What would you do differently now? What other things would you branch into that seem like better opportunities or more interesting now? Or it could just be as simple as I want to open a coffee shop again. It could be anything.
I was gonna think, like, if money is not the object, owning a coffee shop / yoga studio still has an appeal to me. But I'm thinking also maybe a running store.
Okay. So you could do yoga for runners.
Yoga for runners, coffee for runners.
Coffee for runners.
Have a yoga studio upstairs, running store on one side, and coffee shop adjacent to it.
You could make a special line of running underwear called Runderwear.
It's probably been done, but sure.
Most of my good ideas have been done. I once invented, so I had a German Shepherd, and in the winter, scooping poop was not a problem, for reasons that seem obvious to you. The poops were frozen. In the summer, it was terrible. They would smear all over the shovel. It was just a bad idea to have a dog that pooped in the summer. So what I did was having worked at Intel and having worked in semiconductor test, I was familiar with liquid nitrogen. I said, I'm going to invent a product called the Poopsicle. And you basically take the poop and blast some LN2 on it. And next thing you know, it's hard as a rock, and you pick it up and you scoop it, and it's great. It had already been done. I was not the first one to think of the Poopsicle. I don't think it was called that, but it was the same product. It was people spraying it with something that would freeze it into a hard form. I was not the only dog owner that was out there in the summer going, my God, this smeary poo is a bad idea.
I love how you're like, it was a bad idea getting a dog that pooped in the summer. Right, you should get the kind of dog that only poops in the winter. It's going to hibernate all through summer and not poop.
I mean, dogs do try to do their best to obey, so I'm sure I could have... Nikia was a good dog. I'm sure she would have tried her hardest not to poop in the summer.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that was a business idea I had that didn't last very long. Someone had stolen my idea prematurely.
But that's just proof that the business idea would work.
Yeah, but it's also proof that almost all ideas are taken. So you have to... It can't depend on being the first player in any market.
Bingo. Exactly. I was going to say, sounds like you're planning on depending on being first to market. So that's an original idea. And I've never thought that originality was my strong point, so I'm not seeking that. Depending on that, I should say.
You're not seeking the validation of being the first.
Not depending.
So what else would you... Okay, so here's a question.
I don't know. I'm feeling the beer, though.
Here's a question for you. I'm actually remarkably not feeling it that much yet.
Wow.
But I also put my porter down.
Right.
So here's a question for you. I can understand I think a business that had the yoga for runners and the running equipment, I could see that being, but putting the coffee in, I'm not sure how well that would mix.
So when I was in Costa Rica at one of the tourist towns, I do recall distinctly a yoga studio over a coffee shop.
Okay.
I think that they're complementary. I think that they can largely
But certainly go for a nice coffee after your yoga session.
yeah, I
So-
think they can apply. They can attract similar demographics.
So tell the listener again what kind of stout this is.
That is a dry Irish stout.
Okay. I'm going to see how dry it is and I'm
How
going to see
dry
how
is it?
Irish it is.
Is it, or how wet is it? Maybe it's a wet Irish stout.
It's pretty liquidy.
Wet Irish stout.
That is good. It's not too strong. It's not offensive. This is not a leather couch. This is good. I like this. Stouts tend to be better than porters anyway. Porters have too much.
Stouts are, I think it's a misnomer. Stouts are not as stout as I would expect them to be. Porter, I don't think of like a big, strong hit with a porter. Although I guess, if they're carrying your bags for you.
See, porters are more opinionated. They have a you will like this peculiar strong flavor or you will hate this drink quality to them.
Fair enough.
This is more neutral, but it is dark. It's good. I like this. I'm surprised that you said this was a less watery Guinness. If that's the case, then Guinness must be incredibly watery.
Yeah, it is. Guinness is weak. Listener, write in. Tag us. Let us know. Is Guinness relatively weak on the beer spectrum?
I think what Peter meant to say was
I'm not saying bad. I'm just saying weak.
I think what Peter meant to say was VLAN tag us.
Oh man, you had to go there.
We just spent a week installing
Yeah, don't talk to me about VLANs.
Sophos firewalls, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
due to some
was on
circumstances
vacation.
beyond our control, our VLAN tags weren't making it from one place to another. So why does Sophos call them tagging when other people call them trunking?
Well, no, I mean Sophos and Aruba, Cisco. Wait, yeah, no, HP, Aruba. I think they call it trunking.
They do call it trunking because that's what Ryan was. He kept
I don't
calling it
remember if
trunking.
Cisco calls it trunking or tagging, but there's some places call it
I think
trunking and
Cisco calls
tagging.
it trunking.
Yeah, it's weird. VLANs were something I never really understood long ago.
Honestly, the word trunking is dumber to me than tagging.
Yeah,
Tagging makes more sense for what you're actually doing.
yeah, I think so. But I think, I just wish someone had explained VLANs to me as like, just imagine there are a bunch of, when you have a VLAN, it's like having a single switch and that's it. Like that bank of ports, whether it's on one switch or several, it's like a single switch. That's all there is to it. That's how I remember it now.
As long as you tag the entire chain, it's like a switch spread across your campus or whatever.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
So, what's your latest Claude Code project?
I don't have anything new at the moment. One thing I am going to do is, did I talk to you about my Obsidian Vault? So I do, following my brother's lead. My brother is a prodigious reader. He reads tons of stuff online, and he saves it all. He saves it all to his Obsidian Vault. He is very organizational, and so he has set Claude on helping him follow a very specific system for tagging, organizing, relating, tracking his Obsidian documents. And so I have started turning Claude Code loose on my Obsidian Vault as well. I haven't gone as all in, and I still have work to do on it, but it is becoming a much more cohesive space and a logical space. So that's one thing that I'm doing. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm using it to anytime I have a specific venture that I want to get into, I make a project in Claude, not in Claude Code, but in Claude. Make a project so I can organize all my chats around that and so forth. So I had a YouTube one when I was setting up our YouTube channel. I have some that are related to a business that I'm working with, Paradigm Consulting. I have some for various things that I'm trying to do in my life in terms of where we want to go live and how we're going to get there and so on and so forth. So aside from that, as far as just coding goes, it's mostly just the ones that I've talked about before.
I had an idea for one the other day. I don't remember if we talked about this. What was it?
Talk about it.
What?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it is now. Oh, so the most recent one I did was I had Claude make for me a script to poll a Patreon creators Patreon page and download all of the files to which I'm entitled.
One thing that I was thinking about was, and I kind of feel bad because Rob Knight is a very nice man, and he runs a service that I use to cross-post to different places automatically when I do certain things, when I publish a blog
That's not
post.
Masto Feed, is it?
Huh?
It's not Masto
Echo
Feed.
Feed.
Echo Feed, got it. Okay.
But I'm thinking about creating my own one of those. Like, why not do some of those things and not, just over time you pay for a few less things.
Right. Well, actually, that was the more recent one I started doing was, we talked about this. I told you this the other night. Claude is working on a way for me to, when I post a YouTube video, scan the content of it and create a corresponding blog post in the appropriate blog that I posted that in. So
let's see, another one that I just thought of, because last night, lying in bed at your house, not in your bed, in the guest room, I found out about Matt Birchler's app, his read later app called Quick Reads. I'm not sure what it's called. Anyway, Quick Reads, yeah. And so the neat thing about this one is he has an API. So this has a website, or you can use the iOS app, or you can use the API and pull the articles you read or push articles you want to read. So I was thinking that I could, like on my website, I have a page that says what I'm doing now, and it has YouTube videos I've recently watched, podcast episodes I've recently listened to, and I have scripts that pull all that for me, automate it, get the thumbnails, put everything in there the way I want it, and then all I have to do is compile my site as normal and push it. So I'm thinking I should use the API to have it, document articles that I've recently pushed into here to read later. Things like that, little things like that. But there are some work-related things. I definitely have some LinkedIn-related things I want to do.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
But I think that I will have projects that relate to life change, trying to become an expat, trying to figure out a different life, just because we need a change. The place we live in near Portland is expensive, and there's not really a whole lot of enjoyment return anymore. It's so crowded that although there's a lot to do around there, there's no point in doing it because it takes 4 hours to get everywhere. So anyway, yeah, projects like that. But in terms of programming projects, I haven't started any new ones lately.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm trying to. I haven't touched it because I was away from my setup all week. But I haven't touched my
I didn't.
keyboard video mouse sharing or keyboard mouse sharing project for a week now.
Yeah.
Still trying to just get that ready so I can ship version 1.0.
Ship it.
I want to, but I want to ship a working project. Call me kooky.
Real artists ship.
Ship it.
So this is these two remaining ones that I have are both the Mexican lager.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Drinking one of those now.
Yep.
Like hit or miss.
Cheers.
Thank you, Jesus. De nada.
Like good. Okay, perfect.
Too soon?
We shared one, and we were both walking around.
That's pretty good Mexican lager.
Yeah, I like it.
I think out of all the ones that I've had so far, I think that Stout was my. Where did the Stout come from?
Where did it come from?
Oh, this one right here. I thought I had been drinking your Stout.
Where
the
did
Stout
the
was right here.
come from? Ireland, apparently. It was an Irish Stout.
Yeah, so anyway, I think the Irish Stout was by far my favorite so far. I'm not drinking the rest of the porter. This is how much I have left.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan myself of that one. It was just...
I can't believe I ordered that considering that I don't like porters. But you said Greg liked it.
Yeah, well, he does.
Should we drive by his house and toss it on his lawn? Why are there people flinging cups of liquid on my grass?
Oh boy. Yep, we get silly when we drink beer. Sometimes we're silly when we start. Wow, there's some good sounds on these glasses.
They really are, yeah.
That was
Way
you're
different. Kimber. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, now do the crash that you heard earlier. Just shove the whole thing on the floor.
Oh man, have you tasted everything yet? I think you have.
I have tasted everything.
Should we wrap up this episode, or are we going to talk about something new and exciting?
Let's wrap
and
it up, but
interesting?
let's give it a rating. So,
Okay, let's.
the Irish Stout was my absolute favorite.
I give it a thumbs up.
The bitter was okay. It wasn't bad. Did I give it a 45 degree? Was that the one?
I thought it was 45.
It's a toss-up between the Poet and the Mexican lager, which is interesting because normally I would put a Mexican lager way ahead of the Belgian white. But in this particular case, this is a little watery. The Mexican lager is a little watery.
I give both of the Poets thumbs up, and surprisingly, I give the Heist a 45 degree.
Okay.
But still overall positive.
Okay.
And the Stout, I give a thumbs up. So I like everything here, some more than others. The Poet and the Mexican definitely more than.
Yeah, so the Irish Stout was my definite favorite.
And you have only one thumbs down.
I only have one thumbs down, and that's the Rude Panda Porter. I'll give him a rude thumbs down. Yeah.
Cool.
You can put that in his panda hole.
On that note, do you want to tell your friends?
Tell your friends. You can find us on friendswithbrews.com. You can find Peter at Peter Runs, Peter Drinks Coffee, Peter Does Yoga. And please look at the lists of equipment that he uses. And unlike me, don't be me, use them. I've ordered things that Peter has, and I could have used his affiliate link, and I didn't. And he reminds me every time.
It doesn't get you anything other than the satisfaction of knowing that you might throw me up to maybe like a 4% commission. So if you order like $1 product, I get 4 cents back. So just think about that.
So order enough product. Peter wants us $2, so order enough products that Peter gets $2.
Well, I want to try to show some sort of income for this business that I have. So yeah, absolutely. All right. On that note, thank you. Cheers, and
Tell your friends.
tell your friends. Little red button.